So folks, cast your minds back to WrestleMania 2.
Well, cast your minds back not too long ago when Mr. Charles Crowley shocked the UBW faithful and shocked the world and got the W, taking that Young Lions belt from our now general manager, Robbie Boy.
That's right, it was WrestleMania 2, the closing moments of the match that saw the GM-ship been put on the line against that Young Lions title. But Evie Rose, the GM for the night, or should I say the guest host for the night, yeah, made the match so. She made sure that the first person to come through the curtain got the title shot. Crowley made his way out and was able to beat Robbie Boy for that Young Lions title. But of course, Robbie Boy, the GM now.
The crowd was electric, and then of course that closing ceremony, his tag team partner. Of course, that last moment where we saw Memes finally capture the title from CJ Carr and the two of them together, show Memes united, was a wonderful thing. With that being said, we look forward. Robbie Boy now punishing Charles Crowley, putting him against the 20-stone psychopath Sledgehammer Betts, and this man is just unhinged.
I mean, not just Sledgehammer Betts. This is a gauntlet match.
Yes, it is
for Crowley, and ultimately Robbie Boy just abusing his power right now. Yeah, there is no need.
Welcome to the Colosseum,
doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it does not. Does not have the same ring to it.
I mean, his eye contact's good. He looks spooky, but
spooky. He looks like a psychopath.
Yeah, well, I call that spooky. Terrified as well would be another good word.
So say, folks, if Charles Crowley is able to beat Sledgehammer Betts, there will be a few more people in his way if he wants to walk out of Letchworth today with that belt.
And the first task is a 20-stone psychopath. Mr. Charles Crowley is no slouch himself. He has taken on many a strong man in this time. Well, it's that energy factor, Ollie. It's he's not just taking on one competitor.
Crowley can't just go out of the gates at 100 miles an hour. He's got to be thinking in the back of my mind, fair enough, I can get through this absolute behemoth. There's somebody else going to be jumping me from behind straight after.
And annoying. Do you know what this reminds me of? Like here, like that level of goading, it's like a lion tamer. Like he's just trying to get a reaction out of him to take advantage. And
that agility, and you see that drop kick aimed well towards the legs just to get the big guy over, get him off of his center of gravity. That was smart from Crowley.
It was. And it shows that experience factor he's got.
Picks him up, spins him round. Oh, helter skelter goes Sledgehammer Betts.
Again, dizzy is Mr. Charles Crowley.
Puts him down and now.
But has wrist control. Oh, now they're saying go reverse. Might have a 20-stone psychopath thrown up on the Letchworth crowd if we're not careful.
Sledgehammer Betts being spun round like a record, baby, right round. And now both men struggling to maintain their composure.
Dead or alive, that will still make you fall backwards.
Finger poke. Sends Sledgehammer Betts down. Oh, wait.
Go for that spectacular spear.
Ducked out the way. Oh, huge shoulder tackle from Sledgehammer Betts.
Vicious. Seems very focused and on point right now.
Big Irish whip. Oh, boot up from Crowley.
Second rope.
Oh, but wait.
but caught.
Just about caught him. It was close, but that's the power of Sledgehammer Bets. Oh, huge. Kind of like a backbreaker. But a knee right in the kidney area, ultimately.
Now just manhandling our Young Lions champion. Now these axe handle shots straight to the ribs, unprotected.
That should be a sledgehammer handle.
I suppose it should be a sledgehammer handle. You're absolutely right. I was going to do it, but I thought it was too cheesy.
No joke. No pun is too cheesy for the mastermind, my friend.
Yeah, but I have limits. Nevertheless, Sledgehammer Bets, knowing that he could be within striking distance of becoming the new Young Lions champion.
Going for a Vader bomb, lands it. Lands it flush. One,
two.
And Crowley kicking out. And ultimately, this is the first singles title of Crowley's young career. And right now, I mean, it could be over before it even begins right now.
Yeah, title holder in the first year of his wrestling career is so rare these days, and it shows the specialness that he holds.
2 titles if you're including
the first singles and a tag team belt, yeah.
Oh, like a steam train with a clothesline comes in Sledgehammer Bets and takes down Crowley.
That might be the last title he ever has if he gets broken by one of those shots again. Goodness me, that was just vicious. Catches the leg.
Abdominal stretch.
Now really just pulling on those arms.
I mean, this wrenches at the shoulder, at the hip, at the ribs.
You see those shots as well. Again, the rib cage. You have damage there, you're gonna have trouble breathing.
Now using the rope for leverage, for extra torque around the ribs. Crowley able to just reverse out, takes Sledge down.
And now back to an equal base. Oh, big shot from Betts.
But one in return from Crowley. And now this one just a trade of shots now, dropping bombs back and forth, left and right.
It's a slugfest for sure, but look at that, Crowley taking advantage. Roaring forearm. Oh, and the crowd really into things.
Oh, but wait, sledgehammer shot.
Come on, and that's it. It's disqualification.
And TJ, I've got to wonder, was that the plan from Robbie Boyd?
I think so. I think part of the punishment was making sure Crowley knew that you don't cross the boss.
Sledgehammer Bets gets himself intentionally disqualified.
But of course, there's two more competitors.
This is the thing, of course. Oh, and here we see Starrett come out with the blighters. Oh, it looks like something. William Holt taking the, looking to pick the bones of the carcass left behind from Sledgehammer Bets.
Arthur Starrett just directing one of his blighters, William Holt, to get in there.
Known as Arthur Starrett's right-hand man.
Crowley's not going to have a lot to give here already, and we're only 1 match down out of 3.
I mean, Crowley's got to have internal damage.
Straight
after that sledgehammer shot.
Going for that midsection with the knees, knowing that the target's already been found.
The deck is well and truly stacked against Crowley, and You just see that midsection. I mean, there's got to be internal bleeding.
Yeah, they're screaming at Crowley.
Potentially some damage to the organs.
It could be anything. I mean, it's a lot of damage can be done from a sledgehammer, but these shots are just—they're nasty. There's no pulling of the punches here from William Holt. He's making sure Crowley feels every shot. And you got to wonder if Robbie Boy has done this intentionally. These targeted shots to make sure that Crowley remembers who put him in there.
Takeover from Holt.
1, 2. You got to think, at this point, Crowley would be better off just not kicking out to save himself some punishment.
But ultimately, as I say, it's the first singles title of Crowley's career. He doesn't want to lose it this way. He wants to prove a point to himself, to the fans, and to Robbie Boy that he deserves that championship.
And those visceral screams.
He may have won the belt in controversial fashion, if you ask Robbie Boy. I mean, Robbie had just had a very grueling tag team match.
Maybe it's the idea of an eye for an eye from our general manager.
So
but everything hurts Crowley. Even a scoop slam is devastating too.
That's what happens when you're hit in the stomach with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, of course, and even folds him up in an awkward position when taking the pin cover to make sure that Crowley gets no respite.
Now necktie from William Holt. And Crowley fighting out as best he can. A headbutt.
Very nice.
Just shows you how much that Young Lions title means. Using any part of his body as a weapon. Oh, look at this misdirection.
Oh, spectacular spear! And just like that, 1, 2, 3, and Crowley survives.
2 down, 1 to go.
One disqualification, 1 elimination. Now we've got our third and final competitor. There's an echo in here.
There is. There's an echo in here. And there's the Blighters music again. Who will it be?
Well, this time it's Arthur Starrick. It looks like
Starrick is staying up, yeah. And how...
Charles Crowley's third and final opponent, representing the Blighters, Arthur Starrick.
Not even looking at William Holt, or now. Yeah, seems disappointed in him, not really wanting to give him much attention.
Ultimately, maybe there's William Holt softened up the champ for Starrick to step in and just steal the belt now. Crowley barely able to get to his feet right now.
Look at that slow, methodical pacing. Just watching very carefully. A perennial latchkey kid. He knows he's got to look after the Blight as much as himself, and he's going to be very careful.
Breaking out of the hold. Oh! Discus forearm. And again, just throwing his entire body into this. Must be an absolute agony, but this is what that title means.
But the Blight is immediately taking him out, giving him a chance to recuperate.
I mean, as if the numbers weren't already against Crowley in this one, having to go through 3 opponents. The Blighters, there's another 3 of them. This is ultimately 6-on-1.
It's excessive. But now, while the ref was distracted with the Blighters, and as was Crowley, Starrick able to do exactly what he always does and take advantage.
And a quick roll through 2. Crowley out at 2.
Starrick trying to remain calm.
Yeah, staying composed. Kick right between the shoulder blades.
And now it's taking those taped up fists.
He's got that rear chin lock in, but he's almost turned it into a bit of a dragon sleeper. The crowd trying to do their best to support Crowley.
Now targeting the arm, and therefore exposing the ribs again.
Oh, and look at that. Knuckles straight into the ribs, that soft fleshy part right under your arm.
Yeah, easy enough to make someone tap. Crowley's strength and fortitude, he's trying. There's a couple of shots.
Literally fighting from the ground up, on his back, throwing kicks wherever he can.
And Starrick with that little angry flurry now calms himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's a brawler, but you know, he knows how to remain composed. He keeps his head in the game.
There's some shots. Box behind the ears, one in the breadbasket. Oh, an interesting.
I'm going for an octopus hold.
Oh!
Lock that octopus stretch right in, and now you can see again Crowley being contorted in all sorts of unhuman shapes.
And he might be a shorter man, but that is still vicious.
The head and the neck being pulled down. This is the thing. Starrick isn't a tall man. He hasn't got the long limbs, so to wrap his leg around the head is more just yanking the neck of Charles Crowley right now.
But Crowley trying to fight back. And there we see that strength of Crowley.
Spins around again and drops him front and center. And again, just with that guttural scream, every move causing him more and more agony.
You can feel it. It's written all over his face, it's in the air, it's just the atmosphere, it's Crowley suffering, and he's trying to fight through it, and even now, still having the strength to deadlift Starrick.
Not quite though, I think the damage has been done.
Yeah, denied.
Oh, short DDT! Spiked him right on his forehead.
Starrick still holding that arm.
Rolling away with Crowley, looks out.
One,
He looks
two.
out.
Oh!
Kick out at 2 9/10.
You want bet on this match? You want bet on this match? You had a tenner on this. You can't be on last week back.
And while Crowley's able to keep kicking out, probably on instinct. I mean, right now at this point, more on instinct alone than anything else. Can he come back from this, Teeth? Can he do it?
Oh! Just as you say that, instead of commentator's curse, commentator's emboldenment.
Carousel kick.
Landing true. I think as long as Crowley has tricks up his sleeve and he gives himself a little bit of breathing room.
And the crowd being the wind in themselves right now, giving them extra. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, come on.
And again, the Blighters getting involved. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, misdirection. Crowley with the roll.
Quick roll.
1, 2, 3.
He's done. Crowley is somehow able to retain the belt.
Oh my God. And come on.
Crowley has just been through absolute hell through 3 opponents. And now it's 4-on-1.
And the Blighters are going to do exactly what they always do, pick the bones for Starrick. And if this is not a message that's being sent, I don't know what is.
Oh, look, here comes Memes.
But there's Memes.
Your UBW heavyweight champion.
Protecting his friend.
Just scaring off the Blighters for now. And Robbie Boy must be watching this in sheer disbelief. He stacked the deck firmly against Charles Crowley, but Crowley managed to pull an ace out of his sleeve.
But maybe it's just about the damage to be done, Ollie. Maybe Robbie Boy's message wasn't about taking the belt away. It was making sure that for the next few weeks, possibly even longer, he felt the damage.
And still, Young Lions champion.
Well, if there was ever any doubts whether the Spectacular One deserved that title, I think they have well and truly been quashed. He may have picked the bones of Robbie Boy in that open challenge set by Evie Rose.
But he has solidified himself as a perennial champion and a fighter. Well, Show Me standing tall, but Crowley invited those people to step right up, and he knocked him back down, and it's still Young Lions champion.